Tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is going down. Finally here. Talk is over. This video might be pointless, but fuck it, we're gonna do it anyways. Shit. You know, just got done working out, going for a walk and shit. So I was like, you know what? Let me fuck around and do a video real quick. So yeah, tomorrow is going down. Terrence Crawford versus Canelo. As you guys all know, the super fight is here. But we all know it's a mismatch, bullshit fight, whatever, but it's here. So we're going to talk like it's an actual good matchup, even though we know there's some bullshit with it. It's finally happened. 24 hours is going down. Now, I told you guys that I wanted to see Crawford win because the history he would make, it would be a historic win for boxing if he were to win. So I want to see him win, and I still want to see him win, despite that. But I got to keep it real. My gut's telling me Canelo's going to win. But I'm going to be hopeful, and I'm going to say Crawford's going to win. If Crawford, this is what he's going to have to do. Now, I understand he doesn't have Floyd Mayweather level defense. I get that. What he's going to have to do is he's going to have to attack Canelo's body, and he's going to have to do it in a way where he doesn't get caught. That's going to be very, very hard to do because Canelo is an elite counterpuncher. He get caught clean. It might be night-night, NyQuil, time to go to sleep. So Crawford should know that. I'm expecting he does. He's going to have to attack the body. He's going to have to find a way to cause Canelo to reset over and over again, disrupt his rhythm, cause him to not have his intensity so high. Because what that would do is it'll make it hard for Canelo to dictate the pace of the fight. That's how he's going to have to beat him. He's not going to hurt Canelo. He's not knocking Canelo out. You can kill that noise. That's not happening. He knocked Canelo out. That's a shocker. Not happening. Even if he hit Canelo with shots that Canelo don't see coming, it's not going to knock. It's not knocking Canelo out. It's not happening. There will be no knockout for Terrence Crawford. He's going to have to beat this dude with lateral movement and forcing him to reset and pick him off and attack the body. You dig? That's how he's going to have to beat him. Canelo only has to do what he normally does. Oh, this guy is not a 68-pounder. I'm going to walk him down, and I'm just going to bomb on this guy. That's all Canelo really got to do. He don't really got to do nothing else. If Canelo is trying to like go toe-to-toe and box with him, he don't even have to do that shit. The matchup don't really dictate that. Just do what you've been doing to them other guys. Just walk his ass down and swing on his little ass. That's all Canelo got to do. I'm going to be very surprised if he comes into this fight trying to do something different, like he's trying to box or he's trying to hit and move. That the matchup don't dictate that. I get you're fighting a guy that's great, but it's like he's a smaller guy. You're just going to walk him down, and then Crawford's not going to run, as they say. All right, shout out to you. Appreciate that, Sam. Crawford is not going to run, as they say, so Canelo's probably going to have an easier time cutting the ring off, you know, because Canelo is actually good at cutting the ring off. I know the William Skull fight left a lot to be desired, but to be honest with you, if you've been watching Canelo is actually good at like cutting the ring off and making it hard for you to like move away from him. He's actually good at doing it. It's just in the William Skull fight, he didn't feel like doing it. You know what I mean? For whatever reason. Because if you're good at reading body language, you can kind of tell by the way he was moving. He just didn't feel like cutting the ring off for William Skull. He just didn't feel like doing it. But he actually is good at that. He's not bad at doing it. His footwork is good enough to do that. You know? So, and then Crawford's not going to run, like I said. So he's just going to cut the ring off. But I expect Canelo to just come in there and just, first couple of rounds, I'm just going to play with him, pause, move around. And then I expect by that third, fourth round, he's going to start just walking him down. Not backing up. Nothing Crawford's going to do is going to back him up. And he's going to start just bombing him away. Just bombing them motherfucking punches away. He do anything different than that, then that's going to tell me like something is not quite right. That's how he's been fighting for the past 6 years. So why do something different now? So that would be very surprising if he does that. But Crawford, he's going to have to hit and move. It's going to have to be one of the greatest displays of hitting and moving in the history of hitting and moving. hitting and moving and taking little damage in return. It's the only way he's going to beat this guy. He don't do that, he loses this fight. But my heart is telling me that Crawford got a game plan that we don't know about that might fuck around and be good enough to beat him. You know, because this is what I'm predicting should happen, but you never know. The fight might happen and it might be something that we didn't expect. So I'm on standby for that. So, but nonetheless, it should be a great little scrap, even though it's a bad matchup, a great little scrap. So I'm going for Crawford, but absolutely at all will I be surprised if Canelo wins at all, because honestly, he should win. This fight is for him to win. He should win this fight, given the circumstances. But I would like to see Crawford win. It'd be historic. But I got to be real. Got to keep it real. This fight is made for Canelo to win. You did. Canelo lose this fight, I don't know what in the world is going on. I might fuck around and stop watching boxing for the rest of the year if that happened, to be honest with you, because it's a shocker. It's something that's not supposed to happen. I say that, right? But at the same time, the history that would be made if Crawford wins will be great for boxing. So that's noted. But we're going to see. We definitely going to see. It's going down. I'm going to skip the weigh, and I don't really care about that. But I will be watching the fight, and we're going to, whatever happens, happens, but we're going to hope that Crawford wins. So that's pretty much it. And that's how I feel about the fight. I think that's the only way Crawford's going to win. He got a hit and move at his best, and Canelo pretty much do what he been doing. You a small guy, bro. This ain't your weight class. Knocking your ass out. I'm about to walk you down and knock your ass out. Your punches can't hurt me. So if Canelo does anything different than that, I'll be surprised. So we're going to find out. Yo, what up? We're going to find out. I watched the press conference yesterday, for the final presser, and a lot of people was kind of like saying that shit was boring and the whole nine and all that. You know, that shit was kind of weird. The reason, you got to think, for those that saying the press conference was boring, you got to understand something. Canelo is not a trash talker. He's not a beef guy. Canelo the kind of person that let his head through the talking. All that talking shit and beefing with niggas, that's not really his style. Because they're saying the press conference was boring, but you got to understand something. All of Canelo's pressers are boring. Because Canelo's not a beef guy. That's not really Canelo's style to come up there and talk shit. Even, you know, he speaks good. His English is really good now. But that's not what he does. He's not a shit talker. Canelo the kind of person that put hands on you instead of talking shit to you. That's the kind of fighter he is. Like, I'm not about to be talking no shit. You're going to see when we get in the ring. You think that's the kind of person he is. Canelo is a serious dude. Like, Canelo get busy. You don't do all that talking shit. So it's going to be boring when you got a guy like that. The press conference are only fun when there's two guys that are like talking shit back and forth. So if they're not doing that, of course it's going to be boring. So when people said it was boring, you got to understand that. You know, Canelo ain't there to talk shit. He's there to say his usual bullshit and then just get ready to fight. That's pretty much what he does. So it is what it is. But the rest of the fight card looks decent. I think Christian Mbili, Lester Martinez is a solid fighter, strong puncher. To be honest, that fight could go either way. I'm kind of leaning towards Mbili. I think Mbili's going to outwork him. But I would not be surprised if Lester Martinez beats him. Lester Martinez is solid. Lester Martinez is solid, you know, so I wouldn't be surprised at all. If he but I'm gonna go with Mbili. I think Mbili got that. I think the best fight of the undercard is going to be that Callum Walsh versus Fernando Vargas. I got Callum Walsh winning that. Yeah, Vargas is cool, but I don't think he's good enough to beat Callum Walsh. I think Callum Walsh is the better boxer. So in this case, the better boxer is who I'm going to root for. And I got Callum Walsh winning that. Vargas is okay, though, but I think Callum Walsh is a little bit more skilled. To be honest, those really the only fights undercard I'm looking forward to be honest with y'all. Like, I know who the other guys are, but I'm not really checking for those. It's just mainly those two. in the Crawford and Canelo fight. I ain't even gonna cap. You said Canelo talk shit to school. Yeah, he made some comments, but like he wasn't like just talking shit like how other boxers would. But yeah, he did make some comments though. And you said he arguably lost the fight. Yeah, I thought the fight was cool. When I rewatched it, I thought it was a draw because round by round, Canelo wasn't really doing enough damage to get the win, but he still won though. But I thought that fight was a draw. Yeah, me personally. But when I rewatched it, that's the conclusion I came to. So I don't think he lost. I thought it was a draw, but I'm not mad at that though. But yeah, that in Billy fight, yeah, Martina, that's going to be a good fight. Yeah, that's going to be a good fight. I just think I can just see in Billy outworking him. But Lester Martinez, he going to throw some bombs though. He going to throw some bombs. So that's going to be a very interesting fight. Definitely going to see that without a doubt. And they asked Canelo. I don't know if y'all noticed when they asked Canelo about I saw the part where they asked him about Benavidez. His tone and demeanor completely changed when they asked him about Benavidez. Like he did not want to hear that name. Like when they asked him, when they said Benavidez to him, Canelo, the way he looked, his tone and demeanor changed up. He was like, I do not want to hear that fucking guy's name. And he said he's open to fighting him. The only issue with the Benavidez stuff is, now I've argued about this multiple times. The thing about the Benavidez shit is, keeping it real with y'all, he said he's open to fighting him, anything is possible, but the words is not matching the actions. Because it's like, I think I said this before, the best time for him to fight Benavidez would have been 2 years ago in 2023. You know what I mean? Instead of wasting time fighting Charlo, he should have just fought Benavidez right there, September 2023. That was the best time to fight him. You know what I mean? And it's like, why wait to fight him when you could just fight him right away? I mean, they were in the same weight class for at least 3 years together. He was the only other fighter that was a legit challenge. Well, no disrespect to them other guys, but he was the only other guy in that weight class that could have gave him some work, and he didn't fight him. You dig? So it's like you might as well fight him. Because outside Bivol, Canelo was just running through people. The only person he couldn't do that to was Bivol. Bivol gave him that work, but outside of that, he was just watching everybody. The only guy that could actually challenge him where he probably can't watch is Benavidez. So, but he didn't fight him though. So the issue is he's saying that yeah, that's what I'm saying. He kind of, one thing about Canelo I noticed is he does kind of like contradict himself, but I look at it as he's just changing his mind. So I ain't tripping that. But yeah, he did say that. Like he said, never fight a Mexican again, didn't change his mind and all that. He will never fight Benavidez, but then yesterday he said he's open to it. But it's like the words are not matching the actions. You know, and Benavidez only gotten better. It's not like Benavidez is mediocre or he's one of them fighters that don't progress. He's only gotten better. So it's like, you should have just fought him back then. Like, fuck it. Because like I said, the best time to fight Benavidez would have been September 2023. 2 Septembers ago. Instead of fighting 54-pound Charlo, you should have just said, let's fight, go ahead and just get him out the way. You know, but he didn't do it. You know, because I can't see an older Canelo beating Benavidez. Like, I just can't see that. You know, I just can't see that. So, might have been some cap on that, but, you know, it is what it is. You said Crawford will win after the 4th round. Canelo will find it very difficult to adapt due to frustration with punches. He'll also be surprised by how strong Crawford will be. If that happens, we might see an upset because Crawford is a very strong puncher. We just got to see how the first couple of rounds look. You know, you're fighting at a weight class you never fought at before. We just got to see, you know. But Crawford has rose to the occasion before, different weight classes, but he's done it. And Terrence Crawford is a very, very strong puncher. So we'll see. We'll see. Very possible. If that happens, I'll be happy. Because like I said, I'm picking him to win, even though I know the reality is Canelo's probably going to win. But I would love to see Crawford win. It'd be great for boxing. It'd be a historical win. So we'll definitely see. But if that happens, shit, hey, shout out to Crawford. It's all for the media, like Nestor Gibbs, the boxing voice, said on Sean Porter podcast. Boxing right now is the game of who can you fool, and Canelo at the driver's seat of that right now. Oh, I think you're referring to the Benavidez talk. Yeah, that I kind of agree with that because again, if he wanted to fight, if Canelo were to say, "Hey, you know what, this Benavidez guy, I can beat him. I'm gonna go ahead and fight him," he would have just fought him. You know what I mean? If he wanted to. I'm pretty sure he knew that Benavidez was the mandatory. Obviously, he knew that. And I'm pretty sure he knew that Benavidez was a legit threat at 68 in terms of a competitive standpoint, where it's like fighting guys that are actually going to be a good fight. I'm pretty sure he knew that, but he still didn't fight him. You know what I mean? So yeah, I agree with that. I'm not saying it's a foregone conclusion that Benavidez would beat Canelo. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that wouldn't surprise me at all if Benavidez would have whooped his ass at all. Wouldn't surprise me at all. That's all I'm saying. But if Canelo were to beat him, that wouldn't surprise me either. I just feel like it's more likely Benavidez will win. That's all. Benavidez, he has this uncanny ability where it's like he doesn't wait. Like if Canelo were fighting Benavidez, you know how fighters would kind of like wait for Canelo Canelo will wait for his opponent to stop punching and then he'll start punching. Benavidez is the kind of fighter that's good at punching with his opponent. And his punches are hard and fast, falls. So if he starts swinging on Canelo like that, that might give Canelo problems. So it's a style matchup. And it's like, I think Benavidez got that. But I don't think that fight's ever going to happen, though. I think it's just talk. I think more likely he'll probably rematch Bill. I don't even think that fight's going to happen now that I think about it. So I think they're going to do the Shiraz fight again. I mean, not again, but they're going to do the Shiraz fight. Shiraz is going to fight again very soon against Canelo. Because I don't think the Benavidez fight's going to happen. Because to be real with you, Canelo could have said, you know what, fuck Crawford. Turkey, give me that 150 to fight Benavidez right now. And if Benavidez wouldn't be fighting yard, it'd be Canelo and Benavidez. If he wanted to fight Benavidez. So I honestly believe if that's what Canelo wanted to do, that's what would have played out. But he ain't trying to fight him right now. So it is what it is. You said Crawford by TKO round 11. Sounds good. It sounds good. Shit, I ain't mad at that. It sounds good. It sounds good. Shit, it sounds good. You said debate IBFP, he's live. Nah, it's too much beef right now because I'm already knowing if I were to go on there, I don't want to go on there, right? But let's say I were to go on there. I'm just going to start arguing and we're going to be talking shit again. It's going to turn into a bunch of threats. And when I see you, I'm going to do this to you, pull up. Because he said he stay in Texas. Like, come to Texas. Like, I might have to go to Texas and all that. It's just going to turn into a threat. Because I don't like the lack of integrity them dudes have over there. Then they troll too much. The trolling part is funny, but the problem with that is we can't really have a proper boxing discussion with all these motherfuckers on their shoulder. That's the problem with that. And then, I'm a straight man. I'm not trying to hear gay jokes over and over again. Like, I'm not trying to hear no stuff like that. Like, I'm not no gay bisexual dude. I don't want to hear that shit. And that's all they do over there. So that's another reason. And then them niggas play too many racial politics, and then they try to project it onto you. I'm not feeling that. And then them niggas be having like ridiculous ass opinions on boxing. And it's like that shit ain't even real, but they say that shit anyways. Then they be lying and over exaggerating for Canelo. Don't want to hear that. So it's a lot of stuff they do that makes me not want to fuck with them. But I already know if I go over there, we gonna be talking shitty to you. Oh, you bitch ass nigga, this, that, and the third. I already know. Yeah. Cause And I'm still down to do those boxing matches, whether it's that bitch ass nigga Park Streets or IBF himself. I ain't turning it down. I just said it is unlikely to happen because we live in different states. But if there's some kind of way where we can be all meet up, I'm with it. Ain't nobody ducking nobody. Get it fucked up. Canelo ain't the bigger man, but Crawford weighed in the same as Canelo. All right, I ain't mad at that. Canelo ain't the bigger man, so no excuses. Thing about that though is Canelo's been fighting at 168 for damn near 10 years now. So he's used to fighting bigger guys, and his body is well adjusted to that. Crawford, however, is not. So by that definition, that kind of makes him the bigger man. You see what I'm saying? Because like I said earlier, what I'm expecting Canelo to do is fill him out the first couple of rounds, move around with him, and then right around that third, fourth round, maybe the fourth round, just start walking forward and just keep walking forward. No backing up. Nothing Crawford's going to do is going to make him back up, and he's just going to throw bombs. How is Crawford going to deal with that? That is the $100 million question. That is the $100 million question. IBF and when ballers, is that you and IBFP so worried about what gay people doing? Yeah, like I said, they do too much trolling over there, and then it's gay jokes nonstop. That's how I know them niggas is gay. And I don't know. It's like they can't tell jokes without saying gay jokes. That's suspect to me. You said hosts that don't mean shit. Crawford been prepared for a year. We're going to find out. All I know is when Canelo starts walking him down with that pressure like he does to bigger men, that he's been successfully able to do that to, got bigger men backing up. When he starts doing that to Crawford, how is Crawford going to deal with that? That's what I feel like that's the most intriguing thing about this fight. I feel like if they fight in the middle of the ring just boxing, Crawford might be able to like sneak away. But because you know he's going to do that. That's Canelo style. He's going to walk you down and he's going to be throwing bombs. He's going to be throwing bombs. How is Crawford going to deal with that? Because all them other dudes were bigger dudes, pause. And he was walking them dudes down with no problem. And them dudes was backing up. You ain't never seen Edgar, and not saying Edgar Berlanga is a great fighter, but you ain't never seen his big ass back up like that. He didn't even back up like that against Shiraz. And Shiraz is bigger than Canelo. You dig? Tommy Mugia, you ain't never really seen him back up like that. Dudes is big dudes, bro. Pause. And Canelo ain't on their level when it comes to size. Pause. Pause again. I gotta keep saying pause. So it's like, you know, I get what you're saying, and I'm not mad at what you're saying. I'm actually hoping what you're saying is true. Because I do want Crawford to win. But I gotta be real. I got to be real. So I'm hopeful you're right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is. That's pretty much what it is. So yeah. We're gonna find out. Like I said, you said he's gonna beat the shit out of Canelo for round 4. Hey, we're gonna find out. 24 hours, baby. 24 hours. We're gonna find out. 24 hours. 24 more. We're gonna find out. We're going to find out. Don't even worry about it. We're gonna find out. Don't even worry about it. I'm on my Arnold Schwarzenegger shit, T2. Tomorrow is Judgment Day. You're going to find out. Hey, I appreciate y'all for jumping on the live with me. I just want to do that real quick. I'm about to jump off. But yeah, tomorrow is going down. Gotta be real, but go Crawford. Go Crawford. Hopefully history will be made. I'll be back on tomorrow after the fight.